Hello, I'm Kerry Griffiths and I'm here at KTC Designs today, and I want to introduce you to the latest member of the Creative Cake System. Now what we've got here is we've got Creative Cake System Silicone Embossers, and this is the rose one. Now totally food safe, flexible, and what we do is we push them into a cake, so it enables you to do painting, dusting, embossing. It's everything all in one package, but when you first take it out of the package it's going to look like this, and I just want to show you how we take it to pieces so it becomes more useful. So take a pair of sharp scissors and come in, and there are bridges between each of the pieces, and I would recommend to start with just separate all the different pieces out, just because that way you're not likely to damage the mold in any way when you cut it with the scissors. If you damage the mold, you've ruined the mold. So let's take those off. So once you've done that, let's move that to one side. So with the leaf, I'm going to cut really quite close, but I'm not worried that I'm absolutely against the edge of the line. But as you can see, I've just taken the edges off here, just to make it a little more workable for me. I also don't want to leave too much on, because if I'm impressing into a cake or a surface, I could quite easily impress that tag as well. So when it comes to the roses, try to follow the curve of the line, but be careful not to snip off anything excess. We'll take a look at the individual pieces when I finish them, just so you can see how they look. So the joy of having flexibility is, of course, you can move the silicone to one side. And as I did say, these are designed here in Britain. They're food safe, they're heat safe, so no problem there whatsoever. When it comes to a piece like this that's got a point, it's easy to cut the bulk off and then just snip into that area. Again, you don't want to snip into the edge of here or the wall of it, because if you've done that you will actually damage the mold. So as you can see, it doesn't take long to separate them all out to give you some really nice pieces to emboss with. So, talking about embossing, let's see how we use them on a cake. So how do we emboss on the side of a cake, the top of the cake, and yes, you can even do around the top edge of a cake. Let's take a look at that now. Now when it comes to actually embossing the design onto a cake, we've got three options. We could do the side of the cake, we could do the top of the cake. However, because of the flexibility of the silicone embossers, I can now go round a corner. So a couple of methods for doing this. I could take my embossed piece, I could rest it on there with my finger and work it with my finger, or if you feel a little more confident in doing it this way, you could take a sugar paste smoother, press it onto the sugar paste smoother. It will stick as if it was a rubber stamp. Then you can come into the side of the cake, give a gentle press, roll it once to the left, once to the right, and remove it. Don't rock back and forth too many times, because what you'll do is you'll give yourself a double impression. So let's look how we would deal with this for this rounded edge here. So let's take a different rose this time. Let's take this one here. Now you do have options. Either you can start at the top or you can start at the side. My preferred is starting on the side. I anchor it down, giving it a gentle press into the paste, manipulating it with my hands, and then I walk the rose up over the top. And once I'm happy I've got a good impression, I peel away, and there we have it. Now, something not to do, don't think of being clever and folding it and pressing it in both at the same time, because what you'll do is you'll actually distort the design. When it comes to doing the top, it's a lot easier. I can take any of the roses and any of the leaves, and I can even place my buds in place if I wish as well. I can build the whole design up and then give it one press down, or I could press it onto the back of my smoother before I press it in. So I come in and I give it a good press down, make sure any areas that are exposed are actually pressed down as well, and we've done it. Now if you do find that you've pressed too deeply or your paste is bulging at the edges, just a gentle rub with your finger will actually take those excess bulges out, although I wouldn't press too hard or rub too hard, because what you do is you take the design back out again. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and remember that's the Rose Silicone Embosser, part of the new range added to the Creative Cake system. Now I've just shown you how to do what I call the gilded line and embossing with it. There are plenty of other techniques you can do with it. Of course, there's brush embroidery, tube embroidery, you could paint with paint, you could do dusts. There are numerous things. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with. So, bye-bye now.